Welcome back. I would say welcome back, everybody. Yeah, welcome back to everybody who watched Athlete's Journey on YouTube. This is gonna be the Athlete's Journey, the podcast. I got my big brother, Big T folks, man, an idol of mine. You know, I've been watching them. I played with them obviously my 9th grade year, and I've been watching them since I was probably in the 7th grade. California legend, big time player, one of the greatest California players in the history of California basketball, part of, I would say, in my opinion, the greatest California team in California history. You know, two state championships, state player of the year, should have been a McDonald's All-American in my opinion. You know, basically just one of the top 5 greatest athletes I've seen in California history. Along with him. Shea, Corey Benjamin, Kevin Bell, like I said, Tremaine was up there.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
But definitely one of the best.
For real.
So, like I said, just want to introduce Big Tremaine, folks. Like I said, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you starting the new regime of the American, the Athletes Journey, man. Appreciate it.
Man, it's an honor to be here, especially, with fam. We can start this thing off with fam. You feel me? Shaw life. You feel me? It's Cougar life. All the stuff, man. We share stuff that not most could share, not only the experiences, but, the success. We in the winner circle, baby. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The winner circle. Me and you, Travis Reed, Tremaine Folks. You 9th grade, I'm a senior. So, and the success continued when I left. You still had the success. So, it was good just to share that Shaw moment, them Shaw moments with you. So we in the history books.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, I tell anybody, like I said, that team easily could have had about 8-9 dudes go to D1. Easy. We had 4. We really could have had 9.
Yeah. We was deep.
Super deep. Deep. Like I said, I put us against any team. Like I said, Chino Hills, forget that. Whoever. Open division, Sierra Canyon, forget it. We smack everybody.
All watered down teams, good teams, but watered down from where city ball was at its height is when is our generation. So nothing against the Lonzos and Chino, Hills and all that, but it started with the city. It thrusted out the city. So, everybody has their, opinion on it, but the results, speak facts, so it's changed, and, we have to see if it come back around back into the inner city. So we'll see we'll see how it goes.
Definitely.
The California team that's getting it done, though.
No. Represent. I love California. Sierra Canyon actually is the #1 high school in the country right now.
Word?
Yeah. The #1 team in the country.
Without the Ball brothers?
Yeah, no, Sierra Canyon.
Oh, okay. You had me stuck on Sierra. Yeah, they getting all the ex-NBA, the sons. They getting all the sons. Yeah.
They got LeBron's son. They got some players.
And they got Bronny. So they gotta. That's one of the things that I had talked about. Prior conversations about how the city, we can't get the talent in there. Everybody's going outside. The city. Not only for safety reasons, but the money, and that's why they created an open division. Try to see if some of these schools can be one of these top teams and get these ticket sales and TV sales back up again, And, we can see it, city ain't making no noise right now. It's like, let's see if we can go ahead and do this, and see if we can get this extra dollar. But wait till these teams, we're going to be back to Westchester's, Manual R, Crenshaw. It's just been a real drought. It's been dry. you know. So City Ball, we gonna get it back popping. However we gotta do it, I'm gonna put my good energy in there, you know. So I'm gonna put that good energy in there, just like I want to put that good energy in there for that Crenshaw, these Crenshaw greats, you know, and get these numbers retired up in the Raptors, man. Bring back that good winning spirit and culture, and back up into the Den, which is now known as Willie West. What is that? Willie West
Gymnasium. It's like Willie West Gymnasium. Yeah.
West Gymnasium. Man. Because 2W is in there, they can put whatever ending they want at the end. So, but yeah, man. So that's it, man. That's the energy I'm trying to push back into to my hometown.
Okay. No, definitely, man. Like I said, the city is where it all started. Like as far as talent, like I said, Crenshaw was just city boys, you know, not recruiting, none of that stuff. Like it wasn't guys coming from all over. It was just city boys. So I respect, you know, like what we had at Crenshaw's being like what it was at the time, which was just a dynasty, plain and simple.
Amazing. Only come around so often, man.
It don't happen like that no more.
You feel me? So that's what we had, man. We had a special moment. We took advantage, and we put it together, and it worked out. It worked out. Unexpected.
Agreed.
At least the first year. The second year, we was expected to win, but after KO, Alexis, and Kurt, Jason, a lot of those cats had left. Good players too. Shout out to all my Crenshaw alumni. We put it down before we touched down on campus. We kind of had to, start from the ground up. Nobody really knew each other, except for a handful of us, from Rico to Maurice, Calvin per se, and maybe that was, Bean, Kevin Bradley, we had some guys that were from Inglewood that came into the city. So it came into South Central. So, people might say it's all the same. Yes, but for us, it's really separating cities to a fact where you're only on one side of town. Unless you travel, for business or school. So it all worked out. We had investigations done on us right before we even played the game. So it worked out. Everybody was cleared. And, everything, the results speak for itself, man.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, the funny thing about Shaw was like, I felt like, like I wanted the challenge of that. I wanted the challenge of playing with the best. I knew that everybody was like, I remember I actually went to Fremont for like spring league. I was up at that Fremont spring league, and everybody thought,
yeah.
I was like, everybody thought I was gonna go to Fremont.
Classic times. Fremont. Yes,
sir. Yep.
Gotta be in the inner city to get that. Not the average inner city. You feel me? Vibe right there.
Yep.
We got it. We got that vibe, baby.
Yep. And like I said, I was playing with Fremont, and like it was only like 2 8th graders playing in the spring league, which was like me and Kenny Bruner. He was playing on Dominguez. And I remember I thought I was gonna go to Fremont, and then Tank, obviously that's when Tank was still at Fremont.
Right.
Yeah. Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna stay at Crenshaw. I'm gonna stay at Fremont, man. I'm gonna stay at Fremont. And then, first day at Crenshaw, I seen Tank up there. I'm like, I thought you was staying at Fremont. He was like, I thought you was going to Fremont.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
With the Olympic speed, he was out of there. He knew what was up.
No, he knew. Like I said, he was like, I want to win state, so I'm going to the show.
Right. He had a good feeling like, I need to be a part of this right here. Let me go ahead and get on. And,
yeah.
He couldn't get off. We was on. We all was like, oh, we popping right now.
Oh yeah, easy.
Right, this low wave to shore, baby. To shore.
Nah, that's what I was like, man. I wanted that. So that's why I was like, Shaw was for me. You know what I'm saying? I was hyped. I was like, yeah, man, this is crazy. Willie West, Tremaine Folks,
Yeah.
Chris Johnson, Tank. I was like, man, we're gonna go undefeated. We're gonna be done.
Only the timing was impeccable. The timing for everything to come together was impeccable, and I'm waiting for Deshaun to get that type of winning culture back, man. It's been a while. It's been too long. Bring the Shaw winning culture back, man. Frank Post demanded it right now.
Got you, big bro. Yep.
But it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it is. I think so. It all circular, man. Circular. It always happens. Comes back. Everything comes back. Mm-hmm. But let's get into your journey, T folks, man. Like, how did it start? How did you start playing ball?
Ball was pretty much my second sport to football. Pops played professional football, a legend for coaching, inner city legend, Los Angeles, coach at Washington High School, the hood over there on the 111s and Dub C, over in those neighborhoods. So, he had that label on him as being successful. So I wanted to follow that too, and I was a football player. I'm very talented, playing running back, flanker, receiver, quarterback, safety, and I took advantage of that. But, about 14, 15, I started to grow a lot. And I said, you know what? It's time to switch up a little bit, because Cass is going low for me every time. Even when I get an interception, Cass going for my shins, man. One day came where I got popped, man. I had a Charlie horse on my, I had a big old lump, man, on my shin. I said, it's time to change. It's time to change sports. I was going through Osgood sliders, getting a couple of inches. And I said, you know what? All right, let me use these inches, to get up instead of reaching out, going for the goal or interception. And then came along basketball during that Michael Jordan era. Being from LA, you see Magic and the Lakers. So it was more enticing for basketball for me. And I thought I was peaking at that time when I was growing, as far as filling in my body. You go through those clumsy and being spastic, days, trying to formulate yourself to get both your body and your mind to correlate and work together. And at that time, when everything was coming together, it was about 9th grade, and that was my last year of football. And then I took on basketball the whole way out. So it was an interesting journey. The journey consisted of a couple sports and about 3 or 4 high schools, two universities, and about 3 or 4 NBA teams. So the journey never stopped. The journey is what made me, and that's a good title for you and your podcast, The Journey, man. That's my story. And the journey is part of our success, because you're gonna have some failures, some obstacles and barriers you gotta conquer, and you just gotta just see your way through.
You're 100% right on that, man. You're 100% right on that. So you had so many big moments in high school, I guess, what was your most remarkable moment in high school, if you want to say?
I would say winning the Southern section, having the energy that the opposing team brings forth a certain energy that is hard to actually kind of describe. But when you see the opposite team support, like Mater Dei, those were my best moments, is beating Mater Dei. We got you, Mater Dei. We got you. Two times. We got you. We own you, Mater Dei. We own you. Much love to Shay. You my guy.
Yep.
That Mater Dei. But those 2 years, we owned you guys. We owned you. But much love. But being Mater Dei, knowing their history, that's not so far off from Crenshaw, and maybe has a more accomplished history because of the time spent with Gary McKnight being the head coach, and he's staying there for 100 years to make sure he passed Willie and Ed exam. You know, city coaches, you ain't gonna pass two CIF coaches. You got to pass 2 city coaches.
Right.
We made sure he did that, and kudos to Gary. You know, he paid his dues. You know, so just to see that a lot of success comes within the California, you know, section, it was great. So my best moments was beating Modern Day, because I always knew about Modern Day, just along with Manny Arson Crenshaw, the history, you know, throughout, you know, the time before I even, you know, was thinking about going to Crenshaw. So Modern Day, Chris hitting that winning shot, I went from fouling out, being hurt, fouling Marmette Williams and getting hit in my balls, to jumping up, acting like I felt like I never got hurt when Rico caught that rebound, got that rebound off the Miles Simon, missed, took 2 dribbles, threw it to Chris. Chris catch the ball, take a dribble and throw that little, you know, that little shot put. Gang.
You know, I was at that game. I was acting like I was on the team. I was 8th grade, like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, yeah, Crenshaw, man, yeah.
Energy off the hook. One of the best moments ever. You know, it competes with a lot of personal success I had, you know, with, you know, game winners in college. But that moment right there takes just as much. It's up there. It takes it's up there. It ranks up there with personal things that I did, success on the court. So that shot, Chris, was big. And then playing at the Pond Arena, you know, San Jose Sharks, for the second time he played Modern Day, was great. You know, that was a blessing. Having all that was great. And we're able to take advantage of those couple of years, you know.
No, definitely, man. I felt like, and look, I never was scared of any team. We played that year, my freshman year, but like, I felt like, you know, if any team could, like, in California, quote unquote, like, upset us in a way, because I felt like any team that beat us would have been an upset. Like, it was going to be them, you know. They had Shea, they had Miles Simon, they had, they had a good, they had a good.
They were supposed, they if anybody's supposed to beat us, it was supposed to be them. Hold on, let me get this charger.
Yeah, man. So like I said, I enjoyed, you know, like watching, you know, like I enjoyed, like I was like, you know, Modern Day was a great team, and like I said, I haven't seen, you know, Modern Day beat Crenshaw when Crenshaw was in the regional. Like, it's funny how great Modern Day's been. They've always won when Crenshaw got upset, you know. Even the year that Shea and them won sophomore year, Crenshaw got upset by like Clovis West or something like that in the, you know.
Yeah, some team from Fresno,
Yeah, by Clovis West. And then Modern Day obviously went on to win the championship. So, but I never remember Modern Day beating Crenshaw in the southern section, you know.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so all right. Well, so you win.
You win. Shit.
You win the state your junior year, and then you win the state again senior year. So you're one of the top players in the country. How do you narrow down like your college decisions? You know, like how do you, you know, what colleges? I know that all the colleges are recruiting you, but but what made you narrow down to the choice that you made?
I would say that a lot of it depended on the coaching, and that's a hard decision because I looked up to almost every coach that came in my house besides Todd Bozeman because he was a new coach. So Jimmy Boeheim, Roy Williams, you know, I looked up to those guys because I saw them with so much success, you know, at Kansas and Syracuse. So by the time they got to my house, I was kind of amazed, you know, but then I wanted to interview some Black coaches too and keep the line even. So you had Allen Houston's dad from Tennessee, At the time, you had George Raveling. USC, you had Ty Bozeman.
Yep.
So I kept it 3-3. So I had Joey Meyer from DePaul, Boeheim, Roy Williams. Okay, 6, and that was it. You know, and you only get about 6. And now, one thing I regret, I tell kids that, and not even kids, if you know, they're still babies until you off on your own after college. Look, take your visits. Take your time and take your visits. I rushed through it. I went to Cal. Jelani and I had a good vibe. Everybody, you know, I liked what Jason Kidd was saying, Lamont, everybody. And then, you know, Buckley. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it here. But look, I left Cal 2 years later. So I would tell everybody to take your time, man. Take your time, go on your visits, and make a decision accordingly. You're not in a rush to sign until the day comes. So enjoy that free trip, free money. You ain't spending a penny, baby. Take your visits. Youngsters, take your visits because you're not paying for anything, okay? You're not paying for nothing. All that is on a tab. Take your visits and have fun and understand the culture of different places around the world.
I definitely agree with you on that. I remember when it was my time, I had Arizona.
I'm sorry, not to interrupt you. Lute
Olson.
Lute Olson. I was about to say Lute Olson like his Notre Dame. Lute Olson was, that's right. He did come in the house. Great guy. Rest in peace, Lute Olson. But go ahead, continue. So you had Arizona.
He came into my house too when I was living in LA. He come with the nice town car to the hood. I respected Lute Olson.
Cleaner than a whistle, man.
Yeah.
Suit
on, everything.
Absolutely, though. But go ahead, bro.
Lute Olson, obviously Jim Herrick at the time, UCLA. Wayne Morgan, Long Beach State. Tennis, Syracuse, Jim, Boeheim. And then it was Oregon after that. I thought about Oregon for a minute. Like they was on me tough, and when Herrick got fired and went to Rhode Island, he was recruiting me. But by then I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go to Rhode Island. It's kind of far,
Yeah, that was my thing. We West Coast boys, it's kind of hard to go there. That winter. And the vibe is we are California raised, and maybe Arizona, Utah stretching it, but Denver, we can do all that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, you have to go travel to see. Maybe it is for you. You never know. So make sure you take advantage of something that's on somebody else's tab on their deal.
And like I said, I went on recruiting trips to UCLA, Long Beach State. And Arizona. I went to those 3 because for me it was I didn't pass the SAT until later, so I didn't take the other final couple of trips because like they was like, well, once you pass SAT, then you can come. So
yeah. They let down the gate. They lift up the gates right there. Come on in now.
Yeah, exactly. So you chose Cal, right? So what was the biggest difference between Shaw and Cal?
The culture, I never in LA, white and black are separated a lot, underlined, separated, I should say, in the work field, everybody's in, all races intertwined. But when I got to Cal, to get that same kind of love I got at Crenshaw, and they weren't black. The population at Cal with black students is primarily just the athletes. Okay. So you got to think of me just getting love outside of my own people was kind of weird. Coming from LA, you don't get exposed because the minority is usually in the same area, and going to Cal and experiencing that in the culture, it's everybody's, it's that open hippie town, everybody, hippie, hey man, free power, man, it's that Cal Berkeley vibe, man.
Yeah.
Cats just having fun, enjoying the little things, the little things that made me understand, like, y'all enjoying the little things and making me feel like I'm a big deal. It's a catch-22, but it worked. It was great experiencing that. And then having Oakland, driving down Telegraph right into Oakland, and then taking Telegraph all the way down into the city, San Francisco. It wasn't even anything better. I think I was more amazed what was around Cal than actually Cal for a second, But when it came down to it, I made my decision, being a basketball decision. If I'm gonna be on that floor, how many minutes are you gonna give me? Who is my point guard? It's Jelani Gardner. Okay, we good. Jay Gard's my guy. So a lot of intangible things happened with that, but my decision stayed close to home and not too far, because I was going to go to USC, but USC just I felt a little too close. My mom wouldn't even let me go to Inglewood coming out of junior high. She wanted me to go to St. Bernard's, so I ended up going to Westchester, but just the influence made her kind of just say, hey, let's get you over here rather than here. But as much you didn't want me to go to Inglewood, I ended up going to Crenshaw anyway. Crenshaw, baby. Cougar life. Cougars.
Much love, always.
Yes,
What was the hardest thing from high school to, like to college, from college to high school rather?
You got the schedule. Mom ain't there to wake you up. You got to be at 6 a.m. workouts. And if you miss that, you're going to have pool workouts, so you basically got to grow up. And you hope that you have a great roommate that won't let you slip and keep you on point. And that's where the team camaraderie comes in. Like, you guys got to push each other. Make sure you helping him instead of enabling your teammate. If y'all gonna have some fun, then work twice as hard, after y'all have fun. So you got to even it out, and make it make sense where you guys are getting the most out the opportunities that's presenting itself, in front of you. And I missed getting cooked for. I realized that I wasn't gonna, be able to cook in these dorm rooms and be going to grocery shop. I said, I gotta get me a girl up here at Cal. Right? Home cooked meals, training home cooked meals. So I was fortunate enough, the kids, the mother of my kids, she was a senior, I was a freshman. Well, we happen to have, some great meals that she cooks, and I appreciate that. Thank you for that, Naima. You really helped a brother through college with some great meals and kept a boy belly where it's supposed to be, so I can get the numbers.
Yes, agreed.
You feel me?
I got you, Dre. I got you, man. I got you. So you play at Cal. You're Pac-10 back then. Pac-10 freshman of the year, one of the top players in the country as a freshman. Why don't you go pro after your freshman year?
That's in my book too. I should have went pro just to take the chances. I was always wanting to win a championship. Coming from championship culture, like, if you win in high school, you want to win in college too. And that was the thing. Now it's something like you use college to prepare yourself for the NBA.
Pretty much.
Right out there when I was around, it was just changing into that, It used to be the 4-year guy gets all the love. Like Hansborough was supposed to be, he spent 4 years and still was a late first round. Back in that day, you spent 4 years, before that, you used to be a number 1 pick. Now it's totally changed. So I was right in the middle of that where it was transforming, and I chose to stay, and it didn't go the way I wanted it to. I ended up getting suspended, and I was kind of out the loop. You know, Sharif came in there, great player, much love to Sharif, Ed Gray, and basically took, you know, the position that I was wanting to be in. And that's part of the game. But I knew once I came back that I would have some type of impact, you know. And Trey Coach, baby, I just not gonna sit down, you know, and it was a blessing just for us to come together, the cohesiveness last minute, and able to get to the tournament. You know, I had my career high against Iowa State, and I still left to Fresno. Like, boy, you must have thought, what is going on with you, Trey? You got Chevrolet player of the game, and you still left for Fresno State? You know, and that was an emotional decision. And that's in my book too. I based up, don't base things off of your emotions, you know? Look at it as a business proposition or business plan, business ideas to help you make decisions without putting your emotions in it. And you live and learn. For every mistake I make, I give that advice out. So, you know, the same person that's close in my situation that make that same mistake.
No, I got you. That makes a lot of sense, man. I would say, you had the big transition from Cal to Fresno State. What was the biggest lesson you learned in college? From college?
Don't make the same mistake twice, man, because you're just gonna, you know, put a hold on your career, or put a dampen your, you know, it's going to delay your process of getting to where you want to get to. College should be some of your best and funnest years and times, you know, and you have to take it all in, and don't be afraid to ask people questions, get their opinions, you know. We're young, you're young, you think you know it all, and you don't. My son think he know it all. He's at Sac State right now. And I understand. I was like, dang, I had to step back and say, I was like that too. My mind. So don't be afraid just to ask questions and get other people's opinions instead of just writing with your own opinion. Because that certain window, it goes by quick, and you want to have the best time you can have, you know, without any drama. So
no, I agree with you.
That's my partake on
it. No, I got you, Big Trey, man. That's actually pretty good. So you kill at Cal, you even kill at Fresno State, because I actually was watching y'all when I went to like the NIT Final Four.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Come on, man. I was watching it.
Oh, your
I watched the documentary of that year, like whatever it was. And, you know,
man.
That was like must-see TV, man. That was a must-see. I couldn't miss that.
They could have took out a couple of those scenes and, you know, edited, but we good with it. I'll document it. It's all, yeah, man. You know, those are times where you have a small window, take advantage of it. And I came out, and at the end of the day, I could tell my kids I got drafted coming from Fresno State, but I'd rather have came out of Cal earlier, being the lottery pick. But, you know, that's part of the process, you know. You know, you went to different schools, you know, high school, colleges. You had the same story. So, shoot, I should be getting my podcast and interviewing your ass.
Well, no, we did different. You actually got to that league. I went across that water, so.
And you could go across that water too. You feel me?
Yeah.
Passport, and I'm like, how many people got passports to go over just to play ball and get paid? You know, so
pretty much. Like I said, I ain't tripping. I was happy with what happened. You know,
you were successful, bro. You won championships. You got to travel the world, play ball, get to do what you loved. Okay.
No, I agree with you on that, brother.
And have your own schedule. That's the thing. Sometimes Coopers had too much time because we handled our business. We gave you our 2 or 3 hours, and we blood, sweat, and tears. Now it's time to chill out.
Yeah, so, pretty much. Pretty much, right?
So it was a time, we had a lot of time, you know, to recollect, chill, heal, you know, and get right for the next day. Because that's, you don't give it your all, you already know you're gonna get the boot. I don't care if it's professional, of NBA or overseas. You don't put up the numbers, you don't produce. It's like a piece of meat. It's like, yeah, get out of there. Next,
no. That's 100. That's 100%. That's 100%, Trey. Like, man, it's insane. Like, that's real. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like I said, you get drafted. You got drafted by Indiana.
Denver Nuggets, 54 pick, 1998 Denver Nuggets. Never worked out for them.
Never nothing, huh?
Thought I was gonna go late first, early second round. They fired Eddie Jordan from the Kings, who said they was gonna draft me at the 33rd pick. So I pretty much walked out my draft party, and then like I told him in a past interview, my friends come running out the door talking about, Trey, come back, you got drafted. So I was coming in and coming into seeing what the next plan was.
Mm-hmm.
And I got bombarded with a blessing and at least got my name called. So I went back in my draft party, shook everybody's hand, told them thank you. And the bartender said, beers on me, and everybody had a quick little celebration. I was blessed enough to get drafted, man. So didn't get to the league right then either. It was a lockout year. You don't get nothing but 3 days to prove yourself. And, that's a decision. I probably should have went overseas and got the money and came back. And that's part of the whole journey, man. You're going to make some decisions that you live with, but what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. And that's my tattoo that I live with today. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I know you see that though, but it's you see the letters, put it together.
Yep. That's real.
That was that. And you got to keep going. So you already know how it goes.
No, I agree with you 100% on that one. I remember during that process, there was a guy that was, Memphis was like, the team that was going to that was kind of thinking about drafting me, but then they got Stromile Swift, number 2.
Stromile,
Casper Skambala, number 18. They got I'm playing power forward, so they drafted 3 power forwards. I was like, man, I ain't gonna get drafted, man. Forget it, man. And they was like, well, you can try on our summer league. And I was like, nah, I had an agent was like, you can go get $4,000 a month, right quick. I was like, oh, okay, done. Let me go back.
Don't need the money. Don't need the money.
I was like, all right, I'm out. Columbia, here we come.
Go.
Yeah, man. So that's pretty much my journey. So how many years did you spend in the NBA?
Only spent 4 years, man. I tore my Achilles before I got in the NBA. Was blessed enough to still get in the NBA after Achilles repair injury and Achilles tear injury, and it was repaired. Got back, ended up tearing my Achilles again after a second one, on my other leg. But I was after my 4 years in, but me trying to get my 5th year in the NBA, I just want to tore my Achilles playing with the Florida Flame, Dennis Johnson, rest in peace, DJ, Boston great, Hall of Fame in my eyes, championships. He was a former Clipper coach. He ended up being the Florida Flame, the D-League coach, known as the G League now. And he picked me up the day that I tore my Achilles was the day I was supposed to get called up to the New Jersey Nets. And he was so disappointed. He was so hurt. I would say hurt, because he wanted for me to get up out of there, and knowing DJ, he's compassionate. He's got great spirits, good soul. He said, I should have sat you out. I said, don't feel bad about that. We didn't know this was going to happen, So I know that he really felt bad about that, but that wasn't his fault. I didn't know I was going to tear it. He didn't know. And after that, I had a rehab. And from then on, I played with the North Dakota Wizards and trying to get back in 2009. And, after that, I just played overseas. The overseas life can be so good one day, and it could be the worst thing. So, the best day overseas is when they putting that green in your hand, pay me, and I'm happy again,
No,
Oh,
I
you know how
agree
it
with you.
goes, man. You know how it goes. It's an up and down situation. You make the
Oh
most.
yeah. No, it's definitely a situation where it's way up and down. I mean, I played in Estonia where it was just beyond cold. It used to be part of USSR, so it was like at the Baltic tip of
Oh
Russia.
man, you be out there in your big trench coat with your hat, be like, "Ooh,
Yeah, exactly.
where we
That's
going
exactly
now?"
how it was. I had the face mask over all you saw was
Right,
my eyes
right,
and my mouth. So yeah,
right,
like whenever I would go into the banquet, that I have to, let me roll it up, because they be
right,
like,
right.
they would scare me the first time that happened.
All
But
right.
uh,
Yeah, there's a
but
big black man who's hiding
me,
this down.
yeah, I had his face, I'm like, nah, I'm just cold. But nah, it was like I said, it has ups and downs. You're 100% right on that, Big Trey, man. So after you go overseas, when do you retire from the game?
I would say 2010, 11, 12, one of those years, you know, I didn't have the impact and people saw me just a little different. Everybody want to see the young Trey, but people didn't know those two torn Achilles take an effect on you, your body, your mental. And I just was tired. I was tired, bro. I said, doing rehabbing for Achilles takes a minimum of a year. So the second one took a year and a half. And that's 2.5 years of this rehabbing. I was burnt out after that. And if I could have just maybe had a little bit more patience, maybe I could have stretched it out. But it's tough. You playing and getting all these up and downs. It took a toll. And I just said, let me call it quits. But it was a little bit emotional decision too.
No, yeah.
I would have maybe, why not strengthen myself up every day just to see what else is on the table and what else from that can motivate me into staying into the game? Because at the end of the day, I'm still in the game and I'm refereeing, trying to get back to the highest level where I played at. So it all goes hand in hand. And that's why I discuss, I'd say keep saying, but I give people those options that I have to rethink their decisions, on what they want to do. They don't have to be all emotional. And at the same time, while making decisions, you still can gain, you still can progress, so you don't have to shun everybody and shut yourself off, to the world. You still can use people to help you make your decision without just being in your own world. So.
No, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. I think you have 100%. There's 100% on your end when it comes to that. I think that everybody has to be in their own space and their own mindset. I think as for myself, the last couple of years, the money wasn't what I was expecting because I had stress fractures in both of my shins. So yeah. So I still have the steel plates in my shins to this day. So that's after the rehab.
I feel your pain. Yeah.
After that was a rehab of a year, and I was just like, man, and the money just wasn't what it was. And after a while, I just like, man, I got my son now. He's 3 years old. The money just ain't. I can go figure out a job or something like to keep me home, so I can at least be around him.
Right. That's what counts at the end of the day.
So for yourself, when you retired, thanks. For yourself, when you retired, man, what was the next part of your journey for you?
I didn't know. I really didn't know. We kind of get lost shuffled into society after we play, and we don't have an exit program to help us get equipped to what's going on. I kind of got whiplash, I call myself trying to so-called work out again and get jobs because I'm thinking this money is so good. How can I ever find a regular want to work a 9 to 5, baby? I said, damn, this ain't for me. And if I knew what I knew now back then when I first retired, I would have been way along in my career and my progression to where I want to go. But that's what his life is about. You got to love the moments that you can bounce back. Be the comeback kid. You feel me? And I was always like that, you know. I just didn't come to Crenshaw my ninth grade and been winning. It took me two or three high schools, you know, to get to Crenshaw. It's gonna, for me, I'm gonna experience a little bit of a failure before I get my flowers, and I can accept that.
Yeah, no, I got
the
you.
stuff I put on myself is some stuff I can't control. But at the end of the day, can you please give me my flowers? You know.
Always, I said, you always want to give your legends the flowers before.
That's all. You know, I'm gonna give it right back, because what I can give what I give it right back. And my thing is, I want people to appreciate the trials and tribulations as much as the success, because that's what I talk about after. It was, life's a bitch after NBA, man. I've been broke, staying on couches, you know, didn't have no money for a gym membership. You know, it's real times. And that's what I'm here to tell people, that you can make it out of that. And, you know, don't be afraid to tell people your problems, because you don't know who's there to help you. Not me, help you. You too, Trav. I'm talking to them out there, and you too, and me too, all of us. Open up and tell people what you're going through. You know, that's part of the mental awareness, health, depression, and all that. That helps you out too, and you don't know who can help you. People actually talk to me and help me understand myself better, and I was able to help them. So it's a two-way street, man. You know, and that's I've got a lot of stuff. I put a lot of stuff on paper, baby, and stuff. Just like you, man. You got the book. You gotta be expressive in all facets, through the mouth, on paper, you know, in every way we can, you know, with our physical abilities. So hit them how we can, you know, all corners.
No, I hear you, man. That's 100% on that one, man. Wow, you know, like, it's a lot. Like you said, like, you tell people your problems. I mean, I was depressed, you know, for a while. Yeah. You know, my family hated me. You know, like, they hated being around me, you know, because I was trying to figure out my way and figure out, you know, what to do next, man. And so I'm just happy I'm at this place now. And like I said, get a chance to, you know,
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, get a chance for you to tell your story. I love to hear people like yourself, who I looked up to tell the next generation of what trials and tribulations. Everybody talk about, you know, the money, the glitz, the glamour, all that kind of stuff, man. I like the fact you talk about the real. You know, this is like the real, you know, the real things happen before, during, after. I love it. You know, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Know? Yeah, it's part of the process, baby.
So based on your experience, what will be your best advice for the next Tremaine folks that's coming up college now?
I might have already said it earlier. Don't make the same mistakes twice, you know?
Yes.
Twice, you know, unless it's good mistakes, you know. I had to learn the hard way, going to Cal, having a teammate tell on me smoking weed, and I went to Fresno and got suspended for smoking weed. Like, don't go to 2 universities, get suspended for smoking weed. Man, come on, man. You got to be smarter than that. I'm telling y'all that. So, you know, step up to the plate, you know, buckle up your belt, strapping up your boots, you know, and handle business, because college goes by like this. You're done. You're like, what's next? So, and everybody's not a lottery pick, you know. I had to earn a spot on the NBA team. That tore me up, man, getting cut constantly. And it's like, you know what? You need a little luck and a little prayer, a little everything. You need that gumbo. You need that faith, good luck, spiritual gumbo. Be like all night in your head, like, let's do what we got here.
No, I got you, man.
I tell people, just don't make decisions off emotions. Take your time. You know, make those decisions with a little bit of advice in there too. Mix it up. Everything has a gumbo to it. You know, I'm sure Eddie Murphy got a little bit of Richard Pryor, got a little bit of Bill Cosby, and made his thing how he was today. You know, a legend himself. So use as many resources and sources you can to make sure you better yourself, man. You know, that's my thing. That's what my thing is. And my thing is for you, like I told Chris, me and you and Chris got something special because we on social media online giving our hearts and our souls that like we did and our energy to help and make people aware of our basketball careers, and we giving advice out too. And I'm so proud of you and Chris, the UCLA guys. Once again, the UCLA guys have done it again. Hey, look, them damn Bruins. I love y'all though. You feel me?
No, I got you, Big Trey.
Man, love for y'all, man. You know, that's my thing. I always tell people they got anything and they feel like something similar to what I'm going through, that they going through, that they saw me go through when they see my post and, you know, seeing things I got coming up, hit me, DM me. Look, I ain't too big for nobody and ain't nobody too big for me, you know? So communication, y'all, that's my thing. Communicate, that helps things out and you don't never know what you can get to it, man. So that's my spiel. You feel me for that?
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, Trey, man, I thank you. Like I said, you know, I appreciate it so much for coming on the new Athlete's Journey on the podcast, on the Believe Network. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, much love to you. Let's what you got going on right now? What you got going on right? Tell the world, man.
Man, real quick, I got the book coming out, From the Shawl to the Chip, baby. You see this manuscript? From the shawl to the chip. To the chip. From the shawl to the... Look, man, it's a great book, man. You know I'm going to throw you the T-shirt, the book, and it's basically everything we just said in this interview, so I don't even have to repeat it, man. It's a great story. It's the autobiography. I wrote it. You know, and it's from the heart. It's organic. It's interesting. It's fun. It's dope. You know, and you'll see. You'll feel like you was right there in the passenger seat with me, going through everything that I'm telling you. So that's it. And then once I put that out, I got another book with mental health awareness, being a man a different way. We won't get through that now until this book is out, going, and I'm promoting it to the fullest. But that's just a little quick look out. So. That's it, man. I appreciate you, bro. You know, Trav spent some. Look, y'all. He spent some of my best years. Okay, we've been traveled the country together at 15, 16, 17 years old, man. So look, Trav, you my boy. I love you, bro. I love what you're doing. This ain't the first interview. The second, it's gonna be we're gonna do 100. We're gonna do at least once a month. You feel me?
Bet that, man. That's it. Bet that.
We gonna be, you know, co-pilots on some stuff. You feel me?
Oh, agreed, man. Like I said, I'm with it. Anything you ever need, Big Trey, man, I got you. I appreciate you for doing this, man. Like I said, man. And before we go, let the world know where they can follow you.
Man, you can follow me, man, at Trey Folks. That's the and at Trey Folks. You want a Twitter? Tremaine Folks. At Folks Tremaine.
All right.
That's part of fun, y'all. I was over here about to get my lemon water on. Drink your lemon water, man. Just get the crack all day like this, man. You feel me? Let's take care of our skin right now, man, during the crazy winter, man. Love you, man, bro.
Love you too, man. Appreciate it, Trey, man. Like I said, this is Travis Reed, Athlete's Journey on the Believe Network. Appreciate your time and listening. Have a good one. We'll talk to you next week.
Shaw like, cool girl, so hard to be a cool girl. So hard.